The National Police Federation contends that the RCMP's specialized training and infrastructure uniquely positions it as the only agency capable of effectively policing remote border areas, a responsibility crucial to national security. This stance emerges in response to calls from the Canada Border Services Agency Union to broaden its current mandate, igniting a debate over resources and jurisdiction. We sat down with Brian Sauve, president of the National Police Federation, to discuss the RCMP's stance on maintaining its border rule and the potential risk if the CBSA took over.
So, the RCMP has been had the mandate between official border crossings for border security almost 90, a little over 90 years now. And they've done a very effective job. They are, streamlined and trained to do national security investigations, organized crime investigations. You just saw an announcement today, perhaps, about the Project Steel, where the RCMP actually coordinated with 63 different law enforcement agencies across Canada in an integrated child exploitation case where over 100 people were arrested across Canada and thousands of devices were seized. So that is basically the mandate of what we do: is coordination, integration, and the effective resolution of threats to Canada's security. The RCMP bolstered with the proper resources, as you saw in December. Obviously, public safety made an announcement with some investments into the RCMP. They responded with some new tools, whether they be drones, cameras, or helicopters to assist. And we're continuing to press the RCMP, as detailed in our federal budget submission last year, to increase the footprint or the manpower in its federal policing program to, again, add more security to the border, but also assist with national security investigations of organized crime. Other agencies, whether it be the CBSA, for example, do not have the same authorities as the RCMP does. So when you're dealing with border security, transnational organized crime, you need to have the full-fledged federal police officer authorities, or else you end up relying on the RCMP to support you. So yes, CBSA, they do a fantastic job with the mandate they've been given at the border entries points. However, they also rely upon the RCMP or the police service of jurisdiction at an airport to assist them with follow-up on criminal investigations. When we're talking about border security, it's not just about people crossing the border illegally under the Immigration and Refugee Protections Act, or bringing across an extra carton of smokes underneath the Customs and Excise Act. We're talking about illegal firearms trafficking, we're talking about human trafficking, we're talking about organized crime and big things. So the RCMP is already legally positioned for that.
We discussed the challenges of border security and the potential impact of hiring more officers.
Even before the United States got into campaign mode, or debate mode, or election mode, or a new president mode, right? We were very well aware that the RCMP needs to focus and bolster its national security as well as its federal policing program, which includes the integrated border enforcement teams, the ship rider program, the marine safety enforcement teams, etc. So that is just the HR component, the human component that we see. A government of the day needs to make a dedicated, committed commitment to the RCMP. On the backside of that, obviously, the RCMP has had no difficulty finding applicants to join. We're one of the few police agencies, I think, in Canada that is eclipsing records for people who want to join the RCMP, and there is a wait list, if you will. So filling those 1,000 seats should not be an issue. Getting people into depot, going to a federal policing program.
We also discussed the RCMP's coordination with U.S. law enforcement on cross-border issues.
When you go to the States, there are a number of different agencies that have a similar but different mandate, right? So you have the FBI, you have Homeland Security, you have Immigration Customs Enforcement, you have Customs Border Protection, you have their Border Patrol, you have the United States Marshals, the Drug Enforcement Agency, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, all of those different agencies. And the sharing of information or intelligence is not necessarily as seamless or as quick. So when we integrate with them, and we work extremely well with our United States colleagues, whether it's along the border or in major cities doing transnational or international organized crime, uh, the comments that we get is that, my God, you guys can act quickly because you're so integrated and you have the way to just share with one agency and one set of protocols, one set of policies and such.